the history behind this form. It's called the elbow set. One of my instructors was Willem de Tours, and one of his senior students, a guy named George Morin, he now has his own system called Kuntao Silat Morin. And Guru George developed the elbow set. And then I really liked it. It has a lot of elbows and it shows like a bunch of elbows and how to use them. So I asked him if I could borrow it or use it and tweak it to my flavor, right? So this is my tweak of his form. It's still essentially his form, but it has a lot of my flavor, more of my flavor in it. And so in the Silat, we connect our elbow, we connect the hand to our body. The only minor exception is on the vertical, and we connect it until it can't. And then we connect it this way, here, right? So it's connected, and then the connection switches to my head as opposed to my chest. Horizontal connects and goes straight across, right? For now, nipple to nipple. It might be higher or lower than that, but straight across, right? Diagonal up starts at your right chamber, your low chamber. It goes diagonal up to your left shoulder, right? And then diagonal down starts at your left shoulder and goes to your your left armpit, right? Okay, and then you repeat on the other side, right? And then when you add the other hand in, it's just convoluted, right? But the elbows, you want to stay connected. Bang. There's horizontal. There's diagonal down. There's diagonal up. Right? We have 3 energies on elbows. Really, 3 energies on strikes. But elbows are where they're really obvious and really easy to see and really easy to illustrate. The 3 energies are impact, compression, and shearing. Right? So if he's just standing here and I impact, it moves him, but it doesn't do much damage. Right? The energy I'm putting in gets dispersed through his body and through his motion. So this is useful if I want to move him to set him for a sweep or something, but put him to a position, put him to a specific position or something. But it's not going to do much damage. It can do some. It's still an impact, but it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. More specifically, it won't do. If it does damage, it'll be a cutting damage. Like if I fire up here, it'll cut, right? But it's not going to do tissue or bone damage, most likely. Then the second one is compression here. Boom. Right? These are meaty, right? And that's compression. It's intended to do soft tissue damage. It's intended to frog the bicep or even possibly separate, muscle from bone, whatever. But it's soft tissue damage. Right? Probably won't hurt the bone unless I'm able to hit. It would take a hell of a lot of energy to cause a compression fracture of the bone. The third type is shearing, where I'm offline, right? And that's designed to damage the bone, right? So I'm hitting here and cutting. But the shear doesn't have to be tight. It can be big, right? So this is also a shear, right? So when I do this, 1, 2, this is the same motion, but it's a big shear of that motion. This would be compression, this would be shear, this would be large shear. Boom. Right? There are 2 sets of motions. I'm calling them sidebar and end caps, and why becomes apparent later. But sidebar, and we do them on both sides of the body, right? So I'm going to start with a right lead, step out, my left hand comes out. Okay? So this is the first motion of the side cap. So 1. Yep. Then gather with your left, and pull it into a vertical elbow with your right. Okay? Yep. Then open your right, and you're going to parry to your left as you pivot to your left. And so I'm going to come up here into the really cold water. And I'm going to turn and pivot and go into a horse stance. Not necessarily a real deep horse stance, but the horse stance. Okay? So my left hand comes around, opens up, by a horizontal level with my right. Okay? Then I sink and do a sort of a falling elbow. Okay? So the emphasis is on the right elbow. My left hand is staying right here. So falling elbow, rising elbow. Then my left hand is going to draw back, and I want it to connect to my chest, and draw back just past this fist. So it's a spearing elbow to the back. Then I'm going to assist a spearing elbow to the front. Okay? So that's the sidebar. Okay. So again, one vertical elbow, gather and vertical elbow, horizontal elbow with your right, falling elbow, right, rising elbow. Yeah, and so on the falling elbow you drop and separate, and then rise. Right. Your left hand draws back into a spearing elbow behind, and then drive forward with assist the right elbow spear. Step out left, gather right. Vertical elbow, left, parry, horizontal, falling, rising, right back spear, left forward spear. Step right, gather left, elbow, horizontal, falling, rising, back spear, forward spear. Now, extend your right in the gather. So you want to be palm facing back. And then as you step forward with your left, you gather, fire your left elbow. Parry, horizontal, falling, rising, back spear, forward spear. Reach out and gather left. As you gather, step forward right, and repeat. I'm just going to go into a horse stance, and I'm going to go diagonal down, elbow. So I want to connect and run diagonal down. Right? Yeah. Here, then unfold, and as my right hand comes back, my left presses out. Okay, and it's a bladed press, right? Not a palm. Then my left comes back, and my right does a bladed press. Now my left is going to fire a diagonal up elbow. It goes, yeah, right? So then as I unfold, I repeat that. Press with my right, press with my left. Okay? Then diagonal right.
Oh, right up.
Yes. Then unfold and press, press. Then diagonal down left. Okay? And then unfold, press, press, diagonal up. Unfold, press, press, diagonal up. Unfold, press, press, diagonal down. Unfold, press, press, diagonal up. Unfold. Separate it out into a chunk. So you got the sidebar in cap, two components. But what I did with you and Eric last night was just stationary. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. So I think what might help even more is make it mobile. So you step forward into horse stance. Doesn't matter which way you're facing. Do the right, and this will help train your body to move with the foot that's moving, right? So then I come here, then my right foot's moving, or my left foot's moving. So my left hand comes down with that elbow, right? And then my right foot moves, right comes down, then go backwards, right's moving, left's moving. Right? The footwork, as you go through the form, does a rectangle. Okay? So you start at the, if I'm here, and the rectangle is here, I start at the southwest corner of the rectangle. Okay? So my first motion is my sidebar, but it has a precursor motion. 1, 2. That's where the sidebar starts. Right? See it? So this is just the sidebar. But now I'm going to start with a 1 and then the sidebar. 1, 2. Oops. 2. I don't quite end up using exactly the full half, but pretty close, 3/4 of it. Back forward.